What is going on, Bethesda fans? We just got some exciting news, didn't we? That's right, the coveted release date of Starfield is out. It is September 6th of this year. So in this video, I am going to analyze 5 details from Starfield official launch date announcement. So this structure here is pretty clearly the structure that's on this artwork that came out what feels like forever ago. Assuming that I'm following the director correctly, which I think I am, the implication here seems to be that this room with the artifact rings in it is the interior of this building. So these ruins seem to be important to the artifacts in some way. Could it be that they were created here, or even that the universe itself was created here? Both are very possible, and regardless, this seems to be a very important location for the Constellation faction. From everything that we've seen so far, it seems like the idea for the main quest is that we're going to be out in the settled systems looking for these artifacts, and we're going to put them together in this ruined building here to make these rings. These rings, or maybe even the fragments themselves, are sometimes going to grant visions. One big question I still have is visions of what? Perhaps possible endings to the faction quest lines, or maybe clues about what happens to Earth? The release date of Elder Scrolls 6? Stories about Todd from the 80s? Who knows? So what I really enjoyed the most out of this was watching the gameplay. Let's take a closer look at what we see here. Here's Emil. Hey Emil. So I tried really hard to enhance that document, and I think I do know what it says. I'll just read the whole thing top to bottom. United Colonies logo at the top, SysDef logo below it to the left, UC Vanguard logo below it to the right. Urgent communication, please be on alert. Pirates of the Crimson Fleet have extended far beyond the Crya system, and have established footholds in the Sagon, Cheyenne, Lunara, and Narlon systems. Both SysDef and the Vanguard are committed to ridding United Colonies' space of these pirates. This is clearly no longer just a Freestar Collective problem. Also be advised that the Crimson Fleet is not a single organized party or faction. Rather, it is a loose confederation of individual captains, all organized under the same banner. Shown here is the symbol or Jolly Roger they've adopted. Anyone displaying that symbol is assumed to be associated with the Crimson Fleet and can be terminated at will. Crimson Fleet logo. Any questions should be addressed to Lieutenant John Tuala at MAST for the Vanguard, and Commander Kibwe Ikande aboard the UC Vanguard for SysDef. UC Fleet Admiral Pasquale Logan. MAST Military Administrative and Scientific Triumvirate. New Atlantis Planet Jemison Alpha Centauri. So this seems to be some sort of script for a transmission, perhaps? My guess is this is the equivalent of the radio in Fallout. Another thing I'll throw in here is I bet this guy from the gameplay reveal is either Commander Kibwe Ikande or Lieutenant John Tuala. Also, it's very interesting that the Crimson Fleet is a confederation. I wonder if the player joins the Crimson Fleet by pledging their ship to this banner, or Jolly Roger as they say. That would be pretty cool. Now let's take a look at some of the other images. Here we get a look at the inventory and we can see some details regarding the apparel. This here seems to be resistances to types of weapon damage. So there's physical, energy, and EM as in EM waves. Down here, this seems to be advantages when it comes to exploring rather than just fighting. So we've got thermal, airborne, corrosive, and radiation. Most of those are self-explanatory, but airborne might be a bit confusing. So what I think it is gravity resistance. I think that it's going to affect our player physics, such as walking speed and jump height, and it will have the biggest impact when we use our jetpacks. Lastly, down here there's just weight and value. Here's a nice look at a space canyon. Down here we can see a quest marker and a planet name. In this one we've got more of these space turbines, and I wonder what this orange dot is. I think maybe it's marking the turbines as a resource. As for these blue things, maybe they're NPCs or maybe they're local quest markers. You know how in Skyrim they look different if you have to go into a different cell. Now let's take a look at this alien. I really like this design. I think this looks very cool. Now let's look at this compass. Here we've got the red marker for hostile NPC. As for what these white things are, again I'm going to go with they're either local quest markers or they're marking non-hostile NPCs. But the big point of interest here is the green dot. This I think is marking loot, which would be very helpful in a game this massive. Now let's talk about these things. I really love these guys. I love these dinosaur-looking designs we've been seeing. I'm not sure why more people don't combine sci-fi with dinosaurs. I think it's an awesome combo. Now let's talk about this Starfield Direct that's scheduled for June 11th. I hope that there will be some interactive element to this, like doing it live and answering some questions. That'd be fun. As for my thoughts on the release date, it's further away than I thought. I was expecting April or June, but if that's how much time the game needs, then I'm all for it. I mean, it gives me a lot more time to do mystery videos, which I've really been enjoying, and I'm glad you guys are too. So September 6th of 2023 it is. So that's it for this video, folks. We just broke down and analyzed 5 details from Starfield official launch date announcement. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.